You've been lied to. And I'm not sure you were lied to because the people knew better, but they're not telling you the truth. And I am going to tell you the truth. Owning a home is not a good investment. And I'll say that till the end of time. Now, I know a lot of you are going to look at me and say, well, you own an apartment. I do. And I'm going to tell you why it's such a bad investment, because the timing is perfect. I bought an apartment a few months back for $4.2 million. That apartment is going to need, let's call it $800,000 worth of work. So let's say I'm into it for $5 million. And let's assume I bought it for cash. I didn't, but let's assume I did. Now, on the flip side, a month ago, I bought a commercial property for $3.8 million, and that property is going to need about $1.2 million in renovations and repairs. The same $5 million. So let's assume I only have $5 million, and I got to pick choice one or choice two. Luckily, I was able to do both, but here's the math. I get this apartment, I gotta pay condo association fees of over $7,000 a month. I gotta pay like $70,000 a year in property taxes. I got insurance, and by the way, if the stove breaks or the washer breaks, whatever, I gotta pay for that too. I take $5 million and I buy this condo unit, I own it, it's still gonna cost me $13,000, $14,000 a month for the luxury of living there. Now, on the flip side, I bought a commercial property, as I said, for 3.8, and I'm putting 1.2 million into it. Same $5 million. The difference is this property at 100% occupied will bring in north of $1 million worth of rent from tenants. The tenants will pay that. I'll carve out the expenses. I'll carve out a small vacancy number. We'll call it 40%. Means I have $600,000 left over in free cash. Once again, I do have a mortgage, but assuming I don't, I get to keep that full $600,000. So now this $5 million cost me $13,000, $14,000 a month. That's the condo. This $5 million is putting $50,000 a month in my pocket. Now here's the kicker. The $50,000 a month I get from my commercial property, why don't I take that money and rent my unit? Because there's units exactly like mine for rent. Granted, maybe they're not exactly the same furnishings I want, but I could rent them for about $25,000 a month. So figure that out. Instead of spending $14,000, I'm going to get $50,000, and I could go rent the same unit, still have $25,000 plus the $14,000 I'm not spending, and get the same quality of life. Here's the other thing. I could control the destiny of my commercial property. There's not a damn thing I could do to make my condo building go up in price other than pray the market gets better. So I'm telling you, you do not want to buy a home first. You want to buy an investment property first.